Why do we fall in love? Does love make our lives more meaningful and rich? Is it a trick of biology for us to procreate? Or does it have anything to do with the survival of our species? You see, the type of love I'm going to talk to you guys today about, it's not the 50 Shades of Grey kind of love. But it's that raw, organic, tingly feeling or sensation we get in our bellies. It's that rush of energy that makes our heart beat faster and our palms sweat. It's that natural instinctive bond that we all unconsciously seek and want to itch. And we manifest it through music, art, poetry, dancing, our kids, our parents. You see, love is a driving force that could start wars and paradoxically save lives. My name is Eid Almujaibel, and this is the 7-Minute Breakthrough Revolution. Our topic for this week is about love, and it's all about love. I'd like to wish everybody today a happy Valentine's to all my lovers out there. Alright, let's get started. You see, for the past 10 years, neuroscientists and psychologists have been digging really deep into what happens to our body and our mind when we're in love, when we're experiencing love, when we're giving love, when we're in love. They notice that our body and mind release a hormone called oxytocin, also known as the cosmic bond hormone. It's that feeling you get when you look deep into the stars at night, or when you're making love with your spouse, or when you hold a dog or cat and just stare into their eyes. That feeling of oneness, that feeling of cosmic connection, that feeling that you're all one. That's oxytocin. I'm sure we've all experienced it when we're sitting in nature or just relaxing and just gazing, or when we're at deep prayer, or when we're close to our Creator. That feeling of oneness, that's oxytocin. Science has even shown that people are even able to create intimacy between each other no matter who they were in less than 5 minutes by simply staring at each other's eyes for around 4 minutes without saying a word. I'm just kidding. No, don't do that. Don't go and stare at people. Ask for permission first, because it sounds weird and it can be really weird. You see, I remember I read a book. It was a story about, it was a social experiment basically, and they invited the couple to a blind date, and they told the guy that the girl that was coming to the date just had an operation in one of her eyes. And they weren't sure which eye it was, so they told him, "We're not sure which eye it was," and they told the girl the exact same thing about the guy. And throughout the whole night and the day, they were just gazing into each other's eyes, trying to figure out which eye had the operation. And towards the end of the night, they asked them, "How was the date?" And they replied that it was the most intimate date they've ever experienced in their lives. You see, eye connection is very fearful, it's very scary, it's very unnatural. But it could really create some intimacy. So give it a try. But again, ask for permission first. You see, the type of love that I can really share with you guys today is the self-love. That's the type of love that I could really resonate with, that I can really talk to you guys about, because I have a personal experience based on that. I'm going to share with you guys a little personal story about myself. I remember 5 years ago, I thought I had the perfect life. I was married to this beautiful girl, I had this great job, great salary, and I was driving a nice car, and I was at the peak of my physical health. Having all of these things externally, internally I felt lost, empty, confused. A year after our marriage, we decided to get a divorce. And that's when I hit rock bottom. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. I felt like my life had no meaning anymore. But it all didn't really make sense to me. I mean, my life wasn't that bad. I still had my job. I still had my friends. I wasn't living on the streets. I didn't have to beg for food or money. But my heart was begging for something. It was begging for a life of meaning, a life of purpose. I remember one night I was laying in bed, not sure where my mind was wandering, and all of a sudden it clicked, and I had an epiphany. And I said, ever since that moment, I made a decision that I'm no longer going to live my life based on how other people and society wanted me to live. I noticed that I had a job only because my family and society expected me to have that job. I noticed that I married my wife for the wrong reasons. And I noticed that I was driving a nice car only because it was socially acceptable here to do so. I'm not even into cars. I noticed that I was living a life that wasn't mine. I was living a lie, basically. So ever since I made that decision, I decided to change the direction of my life completely. And the first thing I wanted to change was my career. From working in a big oil company in a refinery on the field, to psychology, philosophy, and to what I'm doing with you guys here today. I remember telling my colleagues at work that I decided to change my major. Most of them thought I'm crazy. What? Psychology? Philosophy? You want to be a therapist? No, there's more to it than those two things. But ever since I made that decision, my life has never been the same. Doors have opened. I met some amazing people. I discovered I had skills under my sleeves that I never thought I would. This is all just because it's something I'm really, really passionate about. I'm really listening to my heart. It's something that keeps me up at night and gets me out of bed in the morning. You see, the question, as cliche and as simple as it may sound, but doing what I love and making that scary yet hard decision was the best gift I ever gifted myself. So ask yourself this question. What's your heart begging for? Not your society's, not your family's, but your heart. Because I believe that if your mind, body, and soul are satisfied, the sky is the limit. You see, even on the plane, they say it before we take off. Before you help anybody else with an air mask, don't forget to help yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup, guys. So fill your cup up with love, with passion. Listen to your heart and feel it. Since it's Valentine's week, guys, spread the love. This was my message for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in with me tonight on Valentine's Day. Hopefully the loved ones are having fun right now and they're on a date. And they're experiencing all the oxytocin they want to experience in their bodies and their minds, and they're really feeling it. So thank you so much. If you have any questions regarding today's topic or Life Talks Live in general, you guys know what to do. Check out our website, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook on Life Talks Live. Thank you so much, everybody, for all the support and for all the love. Have a great night. Namaste, and stay awesome, guys.